You show up to Coronado with a shaved head and a quote written on your hand. 185 men stand on this beach with you. By the end, there will be 34. The instructors don't read your file. They don't care about your mile time or your father's service record or the fact that you've wanted this since you were 16. They care about one thing: the moment your mind decides the body has had enough. Everything from this point forward is engineered for that moment. Hell Week arrives. 5.5 days. 4 hours of sleep total. Not per night. Total. You run until your shins feel like cracked glass. You sit in the Pacific in January until the man beside you thinks you're having a seizure. By Wednesday you hallucinate. The strongest man in your class rings the bell on day 9. He doesn't look broken. He looks relieved. Like he put something heavy down. You don't ring it. Not because you're tougher. You're not tougher than all of them. They quit because their mind gave the order and they followed it. You didn't follow it. That's the only difference. It is not a compliment. It is just a fact. You earn the trident, gold, an eagle, an anchor, a pistol, a trident. They press it into your chest, literally press it in, point first, and the pain is brief and the weight is permanent. You report to your first team and you are nothing. The men here have a specific silence. Not the silence of someone with nothing to say. The silence of someone who decided what they've seen doesn't belong in a room with people who haven't seen it. You carry the heaviest gear. You clean weapons that aren't yours. You shut up and learn. Your first firefight lasts 11 minutes. It feels like 11 hours. Afterward your hands shake for 20 minutes. The chief sees it, says nothing. His hands shook once too. They stop shaking around the third deployment. That's also when you stop calling home every night, because talking to your family starts to feel like translating between two languages you no longer speak equally. You specialize. You become the breacher, the man who opens doors, sometimes with a ram, sometimes with C4, and the math on that is specific and unforgiving. Get it wrong and people die. Third deployment. Your team hits a compound. Intelligence says the target is alone. He isn't. There's a woman and 2 children in the back room. The target grabs a child and reaches for a weapon simultaneously. Your teammate takes the shot because there is no other option. The round passes inches from the child's head. The child is unharmed. Physically. You think about that word for months. You're better at violence now and worse at almost everything else. You can clear a room in 3 seconds and you cannot sit through dinner without cataloging every exit. Your girlfriend asks if you're okay. You say yes. Not because it's true. Because the truth would require explanations you're not cleared to give and access to emotions you're not sure you still have. Your marriage ends during your 5th deployment. She calls it irreconcilable differences. The difference is that you left for 6 months at a time and came back as someone she recognized by appearance only. She found you at 3 in the morning standing in the backyard, scanning the tree line for threats that don't exist in suburban Virginia Beach. Your daughter drew a family portrait for school. You're not in it. Not because she forgot. Because her teacher asked her to draw the people who live in her house, and you don't. You keep the drawing in your locker. You look at it before every deployment. It hurts in a way that bullets never have. You make chief. Officers plan. Chiefs make it work. Your 7th deployment, a raid on a bomb maker who killed 14 Americans in 6 months. The plan is solid. Everything goes wrong anyway. One of your operators takes a round in the leg, femoral artery, blood pooling fast. You drag him behind cover. The tourniquet goes on so tight he screams your name. You call the QRF and keep directing the assault while plaster falls on your shoulders from rounds punching through the wall above you. He survives. 8 months of rehab. A limp he'll carry the rest of his life. You write the after-action report on the helicopter home with his blood still drying on your gloves. 12 people with the right clearance will read it. It will be filed somewhere the public never finds. The mission is classified a success. 4 men from your community die by suicide in 2 years. Not in combat. After. In the silence after. One was a man you mentored. You taught him sniper wind calls. You stood beside him at his wedding. 3 weeks before he died he called you and laughed about something his kid said. You believed him. Because believing was easier than asking the harder questions, the ones you didn't ask because you were afraid of what the answer would require you to do. His mother looked at you at the memorial. You had no answers. You showed up because showing up is what chiefs do. The funerals are getting heavier, not lighter. The combat deaths you understood. These ones you carry differently. 28 years. The ceremony is small. 50 people. A team room. Your commanding officer reads a citation that is technically accurate and emotionally insufficient. A shadow box. Your trident behind glass. You move somewhere near the water. You take a contractor job. It's adequate. It is not the same. Nothing will be. Your body wakes you at 5 a.m. because muscle memory doesn't understand retirement. You run slower now. There's a brace on your knee. Earbuds loud enough to cover the ringing that never stops. Right now, somewhere in Coronado, a new class is forming on the beach. 180 men in the pre-dawn dark, staring at a brass bell they've sworn they'll never ring. They don't know about the child in the back room. They don't know about the drawing their daughter will make without them in it. They don't know the trident will become the heaviest thing they own. Heavier than the ruck. Heavier than the teammate they'll carry to the helicopter under fire. They just know they won't quit. Same beach, same bell, same illusion. New faces,